This week on Marketplace Middle East, the downturn hits the region.
It's very easy to make money over the last 5 years. Investing pretty much anywhere you invested in the region, you can make money. So people are shocked. They're realizing that it is difficult to make money.
Why Middle East investors are rattled as governments take steps to shore up confidence. Plus, OPEC's dilemma. Crude prices continue their downward spiral, but should the cartel be cutting supplies at a time of recession? Hello and welcome to CNN Marketplace Middle East. I'm John Defterius. The economic downturn has enveloped much of the world, and the Middle East is no exception. In Saudi Arabia, the credit crisis forced the central bank to cut the key lending rate for an unprecedented third time since October. It's now down to 3%. In the UAE, the government stepped up support for Dubai's property and banking sectors. The federal government injected $13 billion into a new vehicle, the Emirates Development Bank. The bank was set up to rescue mortgage lenders Amlak and Tamwil. Meanwhile, Abu Dhabi launched a new government-backed mortgage lender. The lender, called Abu Dhabi Finance, will underwrite mortgages for the Emirates' top developers.
I think there's a change of outlook, and I think it's a very healthy change of outlook. I think it's a very welcome development that the UAE Emirates are now thinking in terms of the larger national good as opposed to in terms of the competition that got them to where they are today, which is a good spot.
The UAE government is trying to shore up confidence amongst investors who've been rattled by the international financial turmoil. Leone Lakhani takes to the streets of Dubai to gauge the mood.
Lisa Durante is the epitome of the Gulf dream. She moved to Dubai 7 years ago and set up a thriving publishing business. She's made a comfortable life for herself, her staff, and her family. Back at home, she tells me how that dream could soon be shattered. Rents here are going up, and Lisa believes her landlord may want to raise hers as well.
I pay approximately $40,000 a year for a 3-bedroom house, and I've just had an eviction notice, which is definitely causing me some concern.
So if you couldn't afford accommodation, would you consider leaving?
Well, I wouldn't have a choice. Dubai represents a lifestyle choice as well as a business choice. If all of a sudden I gradually have to downscale my lifestyle, then I would begin to perhaps look at other opportunities.
Expats are the working lifeline in this region. Lisa is one of thousands who moved to Dubai in search of a better life. It was a life that was attractive and attainable, and business was booming.
It's very easy to make money over the last 5 years. Investing pretty much anywhere you invested in the region, you can make money. So people are shocked. They're realizing that it is difficult to make money.
For months, it seemed this region had escaped the banking crisis that's rippled through the rest of the world. With a surplus of oil revenue, it seemed the Middle East had plenty of cash to keep the economy liquid. But oil prices have slid over 60% since July, and that's unnerving the region's confidence.
It is obviously a bad sign, but at the same time, if you put it into perspective, again, I do think that if there is a slowdown here, it still will be relatively better than the rest of the world.
The region's main indices have lost half their value this year, and unlike its oil-rich neighbors that are flush with cash, Dubai has little oil and an added pressure. Ratings agency Moody's says Dubai's racked up nearly $50 billion in debt. That's more than its GDP. So beneath the facade of shiny exteriors, the mood here is muted.
Certainly I'm nervous now. I think everyone thought the Gulf was protected from the global economy at the moment, but I don't think it is. It's beginning to bite.
A lot of people are insecure about what's going to happen in the long run. A lot of things has slowed down tremendously. People don't know where they're going to end up in a month or two.
With job cuts in the West, hundreds flock to the Middle East in search of work. Now local companies are feeling the pinch. Even the mighty property developers are cutting back. Damac and Omniat have already announced cuts. Imar, the industry's poster child, is looking at its job policies.
I have a lot of friends who work in the real estate sector, and a lot of them are worried about their jobs, and I know there's a lot of recruitment freezes happening.
Real estate has been the engine of growth here. Now it seems the 6-year bull run may have run out of steam, While rents are high, HSBC says prices in sales of luxury houses dipped 19% in October, the first monthly drop since 2002, and that's rattling investors. Industry insiders say it's a correction rather than a collapse.
I do think that there is somewhat of a cleansing from the sort of a very, very high velocity speculative market to something more of a long-term, sustainable, settled industry.
Now, behold Atlantis rising!
In a town where image is everything, there's no shortage of extravagance. But like the rest of the world, they'll have to adjust with the changing global economy if they want to keep that Gulf dream alive. Leonie Lakhani for Marketplace Middle East, Dubai.
The fate of the region rests on the price of oil. Just ahead, OPEC's dilemma.
OPEC have cut once. The cuts haven't been totally effective because they haven't all taken place. I think it's enough.
Should a cut in quotas really be on the cards at a time of recession? A roundtable discussion is coming up next.